on a plateaued town known as Bluefalls, just south of the spine of Hearth, sits our party as they wait and decide on the fate of the town in question. Just north, there is rumors of an impending attack from the town of Wyvern, from the Sworn. Our party sits at Bluefalls still deciding, though many have good reasons on to stay and fight or to take their caravan and their people through the tunnels underneath the falls farther east toward the spine. Our episode starts a little bit later in the evening after the events with Rodorium out on the cliffsides, accompanied by Uru, the town's official leading scout. Smith sits with a book open at the guest house that has been gifted to them for their stay here in Bluefalls by the Twin Shields. The breeze blows through an open window and flourishes the curtains next to Smith. Smith, a lot happened today. What do you think is going through your mind? Is anything sticking when it comes to reading these books or these notes? Is anything sticking? Are you able to solidify any of this information, do you think? Or I just want to know how Smith is doing after everything that has happened today, the last couple of days here in Bluefalls.
I am probably doing my best to try and reconcile the fact that I didn't get the answers necessarily that I wanted from Rodorium. And on top of that, that they were there potentially for us or for me, and that I'm the reason that Selray died. They saw her and myself working together, assumed there was some kind of connection, and killed her. So I'm thinking about that as I'm looking through her notes and things. I guess I'm trying to keep my mind occupied until we're ready to leave. I've got my notebook open as well, to the page that I had taken notes down using the Spellwind. I'm trying to look at Selray's notes and my own, seeing where there's overlap. What some of the voices have said to me, and the notes that I've taken, and what Selray has written down.
It's not often that you would ask or seek out information in the methods that you had used and not receive answers, or the answers that you're looking for. Is that true?
Usually through threats and intimidation.
Yeah.
That's usually enough.
Yeah. And this one sort of didn't quite hit the mark as you were expecting it to, whether or not that is through comfort or whether or not that is through cooperation. It didn't go quite as smooth as you thought. But yeah, as you read through these notes, comparing your own and also flipping through these notes of cell rays, could you make me an Arcana check, please, with advantage? The 23. You look through these notes. You start to discern and decipher various arcane runes, which I think at first were hard for you to understand. But I think through osmosis and through your job working with Spellkin and working with marked sorcerers and wizards alike in and around the Sworn, whether or not you felt positively about these people or these Spellkin, you'd still pick up these things along the way. And I think there's probably times where you would pick up some of this arcane scripture as maybe even a tool to help you track down or find some sort of whatever your target may be. There is a couple of pages that do look like a pattern of concentric circles. And I think immediately your mind is brought to at least the arm of Rodorium, where he had also concentric circles that went up and down his arm. When you went to shock him, a lot of the energy from your gauntlets were dispersed through those markings. And I think that flashes through your mind as you're flipping through these pages.
Do I think that they were related to lightning?
Give me an investigation. The 21. You would think that these markings and those tattoos would have something to do with lightning itself. But under... Yeah, I think you were able to, with a 21, see that there is some sort of... you're able to connect the dots between these two markings as if they were either electrical or lightning or some sort of energy transferring. A lot of the notes... Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm just making notes on that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
Probably some questions and things underneath. Do all members of the Way of the Grasp have this kind of capability? They didn't have the opportunity to use lightning. That was some sort of gravity magic of some kind that was used. Are the two related? Question marks. Then I'm kind of glancing, out the window. Wondering when the attack is going to happen and when we're going to leave. I know that we can't stay here that long.
I think There is definitely a moment when you're looking through these notes. You start to hear, you think, as you read through these notes, Selray's voice, as if she's reading them to you. There are several spells and notes in here that are written in a way almost like either instruction or a way to remind herself how to do some of these spells. There are several in here. They're all sort of dusted throughout her notes. There are, like in the margin of a spell book, there are notes all over the place, and there are things like, much like any of my notebooks, it is just a chaotic pattern of scribbles around important notes and bits. And that's sort of what you see here, and a lot of your deciphering is just trying to figure out what is instruction and what is theory. But it does help you when you read through that it is the voice of Selray who sort of reads this to you in your mind. It's a welcoming voice, I think, for Smith.
I imagine that I'm not with my notebook open. The same book that is used to take names of those that I've killed. It almost feels a little strange to me while this voice is going through my head. I think I would close my book. Like I'm embarrassed about it.
Close your own book while reading. All right. Yeah.
And I'll just kind of tuck it away. And it's probably unconscious.
Yeah.
That it happens.
Yeah. Something was making you uncomfortable and you got rid of it without realizing. You do see a familiar page in this notebook. Pretty flipping through the concentric circles, then through that area of expertise, you do start to notice that around some of the edges of these concentric circles is instruction to how to create one. What it does, it's hard to say. It looks like it's some sort of arcane instruction. That much you can see.
I am trying to put together this arcane equation in my head. All right. Well, if that's lightning, maybe those are the hand gestures. Done something like that before.
Give me an arcana.
15.
The 15. With the 15, you can sort of discern that this is runic in creation. It is supposed to be written, at least, or drawn on some sort of surface for the magic to work. Whether or not it is some sort of arcane infused chalk, or whether it is a crystal of a saloon or Geoloon itself, you can still potentially maybe inscribe whatever this marking is or writing. But to what it does, you can't quite wrap your mind around. It could have something to do with the weather. It could have something to do with lightning, energy transference. It's hard to see. It's hard to say. But scripture, at least, says to inscribe and mark the circle to use.
I wonder if I inscribe that on my armor. I have a lightning launcher. What's the worst that can happen? Blow my arm off. Armor's insulated. I'm gonna start to take out my tools.
Okay.
Then I look at them for a moment and I say, I don't. This is what you always do. You always do this. Just do what's down on the page. Stop using your armor so much. It's the thing that causes you so much pain. Stop relying on it. I'm going to look at the book again. I'm going to start to think about all of the different gestures that I've tried here and there. I open up my notes again and I look at them. And I start to weave my fingers together. Place my palms against each other. I look at the book and I keep doing those things. It's like when you're trying to look up a recipe or something online and you constantly have to check back and forth. Am I doing this right? Did I use the right measurement here? And I've got my hands sort of palms together and I am trying to separate them and then spread my fingers. And I'm reading as best as I can, trying to understand what the runes say here. As I do separate my hands and my fingers across each other, there's a moment where I think I see the Spellwind between my hands. And my fingers have a slight trace of the Spellwind connecting them. And I move my my fingers through the air, and it's like the Spellwind follows the tips of my fingers. And I look down at the page, and I start to trace out a sigil.
Very good, Pimsar. You're doing it. You see, the best way to weave with the Spellwind is with your mind, and your hands will be the best way to inscribe your energy through it. But if you are going to blow through the winds, you must see with them. Now open your hands. More space. Yes. There. Not so tight. Loosen the grip a bit. There you are, Pimsar. You have it. Voice echoes through your mind, a voice you haven't heard before. But that name, Pimsar, you do and have scribed into your book once before.
As soon as I hear the name, I think I lose my concentration, and whatever Spellwind was there is just gone.
The moment is interrupted by this uncomfortable intrusion of some sort of memory, whether it your own or someone else's. But the Spellwind was, you think, whether or not Smith remembers, but we all do see the Spellwind dance between his fingers for a second. A glittering quantum wind blowing through the air between his fingers. Just for a moment. It was enough to trigger something in him to listen instead of fight the voices. We leave Smith in this moment as Smith continues to look through, or at least tries to process what has happened. Ty, what are you up to? It is now evening in Bluefalls. And I believe you went to go check on the caravan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, I did that, didn't I? They're all alive. And I picked up the old Crow Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought that we probably need that, or I might need it later on in case shit pops off. No point worrying about the caravan. Since it'd be the old fucking city, wouldn't it? Which the caravan is in. So, might as well keep it on me. And went and picked up a bunch of bits. I got some tobacco. Some rolling tobacco for the journey. And then probably did a little once around town. Had a look at the place. Thinking about what everyone was
saying.
Yeah. About the defenses, and I'm looking at this place thinking this place is easy to defend.
Yeah, give me a survival, I think this would go under, if you're looking for like defenses and things, and be a survival. Perfect. With a natural 1 is what that was. The Spellwind kicks up, I'm kidding. You notice and you look through the town as much as you were trying to look at it from a tactical point of view. I think something may have distracted you from that. And you begin...
I'll be honest, I'm not a tactician either.
Right.
Really.
But I believe there are times where Ty tries to be, or at least thinks he is, but always admits that he's not.
I have experience with a lot of situations, but it's all guerrilla.
Right.
Sting, secret, and like, if anything, I'm an assassin more than I am.
Right.
Like I'm more of a commando or something like that.
Yeah, you send me and I'll do it. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me how to
I'm
tell
not the
anybody
guy
to
that
do
comes up
anything
with
else.
the plan.
Yeah, exactly. I'll do it, but
I don't do a lot of defending anything.
Right, you're always on the attack.
Yeah, or we run.
Right.
Like we did before. The Galfish plan is I've probably done it several times over my life with the groups or whatever.
That's why it probably came so easily. Everybody was already on the move when you showed up. Yeah, I think you start looking at the town. You tried to look at it through the lens of a tactician or at least some sort of leadership role or defensive role or anything like that, but something distracts you. And I think what that is you start to then realize and notice once again and reassured by the people of this town don't seem to be your average like farmer or civilian. It looks like this place is some sort of stop-off point between these several different areas around here, whether it be over in Bowers Cliff, Wiven, or even High Hollow, right? You're in this area. I think I'm in the wrong map. Yeah, you're in this area that could potentially be in this like crossroads of a lot of different communities. But one thing does sort of it stands out. One sort of thing stands out to you, and that is these people seem as if they've traveled far to get here. A lot of people stay at the upflow as if it was more like a tourist trap, right? People, they're excited to try this tropical fish coming from a spring in a mountain, things like that. But there are also duffels with these people who are near, duffels of armor and weapons. The people of Bluefalls is mostly comprised of, or the people that you've seen are comprised of other blooming adventurers. There may be a couple of people you've seen in and around the spine toward Galfish before. And I think that also leads...
I'm not moving around like... I'm doing the sneaky spy in an alleyway with his collar up.
Okay.
That's how I move around places all the time. For the record as well.
Yeah.
Just as I move around this place, like
you're always
someone walks past and then like someone in the foreground moves and I'm gone.
And you're gone,
or whatever,
exactly.
you know, like that. It's that movement that I'm doing around this place. I think I'm probably just very distracted by a couple of other things as well, if you don't mind. Because I think everything that happened would have distracted me.
It is known as the City of Sails and was once a bustling city, but now it's a shadow of its former self.
How about now?
How about now?
We back? We should be back.
I don't know what I said. Oh,
you said you were feeling...
Ty was beaten up. He's all beaten up. His eye is swollen and, you know, he's a little injured, which would affect his mental a little bit. Also, he's distracted by the spell bond with Varsha, I think, because she is in a state somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which I don't think he even knows consciously that it might be affecting him a little.
You also had that conversation with that voice. I kept calling you Varsha too.
I had that conversation with that voice where I lied on behalf of Varsha and enslaved her to another thing. Which
is perfect.
I think, but I don't think Ty would feel very good about. But, I mean, that's his whole thing. His brain is desperately trying to think about this bigger picture and reframe that bigger picture through this idea that Varsha can lift us to a different level of whatever this
Ty truly believe that?
Ty does truly believe it, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I wouldn't have broken off or stopped killing and stuff like that if it hadn't been for
good point.
Meeting Varsha and understanding her perspective. And I think one of the things that Ty is coming to understand is the fact that He is Varsha and Varsha is him. They just were both put on different sides. But either way, they've both found themselves on this side. And she has a much better idea of where... She has these ideas that sound like a good idea to Ty. Ty has seen this fight from every angle, and it's always a loss, or it's always bloody, or...
Either way, it's not good.
Or it ends up with another Ty being made, or another little Varsha being taken away. And he has that same mentality that she has to a degree. So, her whole approach to this and coming up with a different way to strike out at the God King, and her knowledge that she has from the inside plus Smith and everything like that, Ty sees that as a much better shot than anything he's done before. He feels like he hasn't made a scratch. Ty feels like he's spent all of his life has just been dedicated. He was sort of naturally conscripted through orphan childhood into this fight. Right. And it's just been, he feels like he's just been scratching away. It's like he's been taking this knife to this tank. Like, he's just not even making a dent. So he's desperate for another way through. So, I think there's a lot of, like, he's just thinking about that while trying to look at these defenses, and then he realizes he finds himself probably back at the inn. Probably quite tired as well. I think the thing is that this would I think he'd be tired after the day that we've had so far. I know that it's probably only been a couple of hours. What time is it? We left it was like the break of dawn when we found the body, and then we went straight to the thing, then we went out, right, and then we fought with the guy. It's like
afternoon-ish. Yeah, you've had a hell of a morning. Yeah.
So I think just that thing where you unconsciously walk yourself back to your room.
Yeah.
Almost. So I probably make my way back to
the second day of a con, or the third day of a con.
Yeah,
like, I can't do this. I gotta go back to the room. Yeah,
tired.
It's happening.
So I checked on the caravan. They all seem fine. I would have informed them as well, like pretty, I think, openly. Obviously, I wouldn't have mentioned any of the specifics, but just that there's a possibility that we will all be bailing pretty quickly.
Sure.
And if they want to come with us, they can. If they want to stay here, they can. But that will be a thing.
Make me persuasion.
Okay. I don't know what I'm persuading them to do. I don't think I would really be persuading anyone, but yeah, I'll give you a charisma check in general. A 13.
Thank you.
But for the record, I don't think I have any dog in this fight. I don't really give a fuck about the people of Bluefalls and the Aftoki when compared to the more pressing matter of ensuring that we get Varsha to Pendulum, you know? And Jet, I kind of want to get Jet there as well. I think me and Smith, I think Ty sees himself and Smith as almost like a lost cause at this point. The only thing that we're good for is ensuring that thing happens. I think Ty is kind of pretty sure that by the end of this, that him and Smith will probably be dead or written off. But whatever Varsha is able to make, or whatever she's able to, if she's able to actually go forward with the original ideas and plans that she had of being more of a counter propaganda to the king, to the God King, that is his number one goal now. And Jet is so new to this, like he's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and very skilled in his own way, and just another mage almost, that he's the perfect either like apprentice, or like, you know, like a second to Varsha, or an understudy should anything happen to her. Then Jet is a good fallback leader, so long as he gets enough time and experience in doing this.
Right.
So, like, that's kind of where Ty's brain is at. He's like, let's get Varsha to Pendulum, and then she can build the future. Like, after that, we'll see what happens, where she goes, or what she does, in the hopes that Pendulum is what we want it to be. Even if it isn't, it doesn't really matter whether there's anyone there or not. So I think that's kind of his mindset, really. But it's just, he doesn't really think enough about these defenses and stuff, and then it's that exhaustion kicks in where you're like, oh, I am tired and I should probably maybe actually rest. And I think I probably find myself back at that inn, heading towards the room that I have. I don't know if I would know whether Smith was there or the others were there potentially, but I think I would actually be, for once, heading to my room for a nap.
Sure.
Which is very anti-Ty.
Yeah.
For the record. It's just not a thing that I don't think he does that much. He's got that mentality of, I don't know, he's a bloke, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, that's for kids.
I think on the way back, almost like some sort of unconscious coincidence, or not, but I think you run into Varsha on the way back.
On her own, no Jet?
That is up to Jet.
I am there with her.
All right.
Were you waiting for me, Jet? I did want to ask that. After I was done burying that person.
Yes, I was.
Okay, so...
Of course. A sweetheart.
Okay.
How dare you, DM. But yes, I was waiting for her.
After an exhausting morning,
Yeah.
and you find your way, I think, slowly making your way back down the rafters, or those pulleys that the scouts have made. Uru guides you back toward the town, and you run into Ty, as Ty looks more tired than I think you've ever seen him.
I also look pretty tired, and I'm covered in dirt a little bit, I guess, and so are my hands.
Yeah.
I didn't have a tool really to use other than
did
my
use some of the
scabbard,
spells.
maybe. Yeah, I did.
But
yeah, I'm pretty
covered, and you've got it's
and
pretty
I look tired.
pretty noticeable. You've got that caked dirt around your knuckles and sort of the webbings of your fingers as you've sort of are making your way. But you both run into each other as you make your way back home. Or you all three? I'm sorry.
You look like you need a bath.
Yeah.
I can help with that. Clothed, of course.
Okay.
Don't let me get in the way.
No, I mean, you're welcome to as well. It's, there's no ceremony or anything. It's just, I've seen it before.
Yeah,
And
thank you, Jet. You're not my type.
Oh, I don't think he means like that. I think he means magically.
Sure, it'll be magical. Still not my type. Sorry, Jet.
Right. Well, make up your own mind, I suppose. But so I pull out a from my. How would I have this on me? I think maybe it'll just be like a bendy stick almost. It comes out. It's already in a hoop that comes out of my backpack, and I place it on the ground. I get some reagents out. I get.
Wait.
What?
Is this just gonna? Does this just remove the dirt from me? How does this work?
I could sit here and explain it to you if you would like, but it would be better if I just do it. Why?
I think I want to do it myself.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure. I place all the apparatus down as I usually do. I take out certain vials and concoctions, and I show her each one. Some are labeled, some are not. This I've never had to teach before. A lot of it is kind of just.
I want to go through the act of taking a bath.
Oh. I pack up my things slowly.
Next time, though, just this one instance in particular, I feel like it's important that I not just wave it away.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Okay. That makes sense, yes. For a second, I thought she was trying to steal my spell there, Mr. Tai. Okay. All right. I'm I pack everything back up and I put on my rucksack and I wait.
You seen Smith?
He was with you, no?
No.
I think he went to go tell them kind of everything that was going to happen and so that we were ready to leave, right?
With the guards and that.
Yeah. I think he was going to go tell the city head what to expect. Warn them
Yeah.
ahead of time.
I checked on the caravan. I
Okay.
told them to be ready to go
Okay.
or not go, depending on whatever the fuck your plan is.
Oh, no, we'll go. We'll go. I just needed a minute.
All right.
Okay.
Where are we going now? How
Uh,
about now?
I mean, we can go now. If I have time for a bath, I would prefer that, but I guess we need to figure out where Smith is and how that's gone.
All right. You have a bath. I got a couple of things I got to do. Jet, you're in charge of finding Smith.
Okay.
And then when
Where
you've
would
done
he-
that,
Hmm.
get a bunch of like supplies, things what we might need.
Supplies.
Guru said this fucking tunnel comes out in Bearden's Hollow, which is fucking miles away. So
Yeah.
So we are not fighting?
we're gonna want a couple of weeks worth of shit. So maybe grab a couple of people from the caravan, make sure everyone's got enough food and water. I don't know what this tunnel is, but it doesn't sound like we're gonna be able to stop on the way. Probably ain't gonna be
Right.
much hunting in a fucking tunnel neither.
What about the forces coming to the town, to Bluefalls?
Or you want to buy them lunch and all?
No, but
Oh, don't worry.
Never-
man.
never mind. Okay.
And
So
then,
find Smith, grab supplies, what else?
Yeah, see who's getting ready to come with us. Let them know, pack up the caravans, and then I suppose reconvene back here. We'll go and find Uru, we can show us to the tunnels.
Okay.
Away we go, how's that, Varshan?
Sounds good.
Right.
All right. Then I
I'll be
will
in the
go
room.
looking for Smith. Right. Mr. Smith? I suppose I am outside his room.
Think so?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Are you fine? Do you need
I
help?
don't know what that means, Chet. Just open the door.
Hello? Oh. What is that smell, Mr. Smith?
Sorry, little, trial and error.
Right. It smells mostly like error. But what are you trying to do?
And ozone. Error and ozone.
Nothing important.
Anything I can help with?
No. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Mr. Tai told me to find you, but he did not tell me what to do when I found you. But we are to be going away soon. They are going to find Uru and find their way through the falls. Yes, through the caved network. Although I'm not sure what we're doing anymore. Anyway, I need to find supplies next, and then see who is ready, and then pack up.
All right. Is Varsha
Okay.
back?
She is, yes. I believe she is next door, maybe at our place. I haven't been there yet, no, but myself. But I think so. Would you like me
Alright.
to call her for you or not?
I have a voice myself. Should be fine, thanks.
Okay. All right. Do Job done. I leave.
Just gonna stand up and start walking with him.
Oh, this is awkward. Then we leave together. Okay, so next we need to find supplies. Would you happen to know where we can get supplies from in this place?
Not really. I saw some of the places where they were trading things. Maybe Brigida can help us.
Okay. All right, then that is my next objective, is to find Brida?
Brigida. I mean, Uru and Brigida know what's coming.
Right.
So I imagine that they're going to be doing a lot of work around the town.
I suppose. No, Mr. Tai said to get supplies, I suppose, for us, but I've never done such work before, so I don't know what to get. Do you have any, I don't know, requests?
Well, we're gonna need food.
Okay. Food.
Probably some, probably need some ways to light fires.
Okay.
We're going through the tunnels.
I can sort that
Need
out.
a
no
lot of
problem.
water as well.
I can sort that out. The problem. No, no, I cannot do that. I could try, but I cannot do that. So water, I can do fire easy enough. It's funny that, like to make a fire is a lot easier than to make water itself to quench the fire in the first place. Oil, I can get for the lamps as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
Food, water.
I suppose you don't do much shopping yourself either, do you?
Do what now?
All right. I'll go this way and I'll go get the essentials and I'll meet up with you later. I want to go see who else is ready from the caravan. I believe there are about 24 of us, no? If they're coming with, they're coming with it. If they're not, if they're staying here, then they are. But I shall see you all. We'll see you in a moment, unless you need me for anything.
No, I don't think so. Maybe one question.
Okay, shoot.
We're here dealing with this situation.
Mm-hmm.
It obviously means a lot to Varsha
Right,
for us to stay here.
right.
I don't know how to ask this question without just asking it yet. I'm not trying to offend you by asking it or hurt your feelings or anything, but 9U's.
Oh.
You remember when the attack came?
Yes, I do. Every day. Why?
What Varsha said about us staying here and defending this town.
It's a fool's errand, Mr. Smith. I feel it in my bones, but she believes in it. And I have no one else to believe in, so I believe in her. What else is there to do? I cannot abandon her.
I guess that's my point. When it happened, do you remember what you were thinking?
I tried my best not to think at the time, no, just survive, you know? Run. I'm fairly good at that now. But I'm trying to do less of it now.
Did you want somebody to, I don't know, help the town run, or did you... I don't know what I'm asking, Jet.
And neither do I, Mr. Smith. Help the town run. Run where? To who? If we can fight these people, then we can fight them. If we cannot, then we must run. If they are doomed, they are doomed. If they are not, they are not. But I don't know. All I have is my lived experience and this from the other side of nowhere. This Vasha saying we should do it, so let's do it. At this point, I am at a loss and I don't know. So I'm trying not to think, Mr. Smith.
That's what I always told myself too.
I don't follow.
Don't think, just do.
Okay. And are you trying to compare me to this to this one now, or what? Where did that take you? Where did that leave you? Were you okay for it? Were you better for it? Did you survive? I suppose you did. You're here in front of me asking me inane questions, Mr. Smith. I don't know what you want from me right now.
I'm just trying to understand, Jet.
Okay. Understand what?
Why?
Why what?
Why she wants to try and keep us here and save this place.
I mean, that's just the thing. I don't know why. But she does. And she feels it, and we've gotten this far with her. There's obviously some other connection, something else deep in the Spellwind, I don't know. The night of Selray's passing, I felt it. I woke up to it. I think maybe perhaps you did too. If that power is here and it can help, if it can help in the same way that Spellkin at the wheel was able to be moved by this woman, then maybe perhaps we have a chance. I don't know. I don't. So I have my list, Mr. Smith. And I'm going through it. And I'm trying to keep myself occupied with it. But if you want to know why, maybe ask her. Okay? Respectfully. I'm going to go and see who else is ready. I'll see you in the courtyard.
Marcia, you're currently relaxing, right? Taking a moment to just sort of decompress.
Yes, I don't know if relaxing is the appropriate term, but yeah, I'm
Trying to.
finishing this kind of like ritual in my mind of I've buried this person and now I'm going to go through the act of manually removing the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like more I just didn't want to magic it away because it felt like it wasn't finishing that paying of respects.
Right. You wanted to
Yeah.
do the whole thing.
Mhm.
So I think during this time where you are going through this ritual of cleaning yourself off, whether it be a bath or whether it just be sloshing your hands in a bucket, or if there's any and all of the above, you hear in your mind, Varsha. Varsha. Varsha.
What?
This is you.
What?
We've seen so many. This is Varsha, yes.
What do you mean you've seen so many? Yes. What? I'm Varsha, yes.
Yes. Just the one I've been looking for. Have you thought of anything beyond what you have now?
I mean, more recently, yes.
Like what?
Is this the same voice and or feeling that I had from before, or is this something different? Because it feels different.
Same feeling.
Okay.
Different voice.
Okay. So same comforted feeling? Because that's what I had last time. Last time I was like, oh, this feels nice. Or does it feel a little scary?
Whether or not whatever you're
Okay.
feeling
All right.
is what you're feeling. But it does seem to be coming off in a different sense. It's still that same sort of communication.
Okay.
You're still sort of feeling that voice, that tug, but you're not entirely sure if it's the same, someone
Okay.
else,
All right.
something else. I don't remember what my question was. Do I have a question?
You asked me if I'd thought about anything outside of what
Yes.
I've known.
You thought of anything else outside of what you've known?
More recently, yes. Like,
Good.
what else is out there? What is the Spellwind? A lot of things. Why? Who is this?
It is hard to put identity on what is.
You simply exist.
Yes. Simply. You are not discomforted by my presence. Am I not the first who has reached out to you? Marsha.
No?
Oh. You must be careful, Varsha.
You don't say.
There are many who claim to be what I am. But none can hold the power. Make an insight check.
Holy shit,
with
dude.
disadvantage.
Oh my god.
With a 13, there is some truth to what he is saying, but it's through what they are saying, but it's really hard to decipher. It's just something uneasy about
Yeah,
what is being
yeah.
said here.
It's making me a little uncomfortable. Okay. And what exactly do they claim to be?
Gods, creators of the divine, avatars of those who give them and grant them their power.
And which one are you?
I can be either, any, or all. But I am just a voice, and you have heard from what you say another. Maybe they are the ones who are speaking the truth. Maybe I am the one who is lying. One of us. Can't be all true. But I will tell you this. I am willing to prove my power if you need.
Prove how?
Simple. What is something you want?
I feel like you know that already.
I don't.
Interesting. The other one did.
They must have been lying.
Would the other one say that you are lying?
Of course.
What do you want from me?
I need a champion. A one who can overthrow those others.
You don't just mean the God King.
No. The God King, the Empire of the Spine, Rolthane, we speak about.
Yes.
He is no god.
Who does he serve?
Himself. The God King is nothing more than a title that has been gifted and proclaimed by one who cries at the top of a mountaintop that he is the God King. A power that was forced and struck and harvested through the blood of many, just so he could hear the title given to him by someone else. Never gifted or granted, but tortured for.
Then it won't take a god to defeat him.
Correct. My question to you, what is it that you want?
I want want him and everything that he stands for gone. I want the Spellkin to live free. Not be hunted down. And I think I want to kill him myself.
Very well.
I'm not agreeing to anything, just answering your question. What do you need a champion for? You're a god.
I am no god. I am much greater than that. Everything you see around you has been made from me and mine.
I think that's the first completely honest thing that you have said. But it's still wrong somehow. What do you need a champion for?
Peace. Peace and harmony has gone on for too long between me and mine. If there is to be one who can overthrow and stand at the precipice of existence itself, it can be you that gets us there. These gods, you call them, Horde, Gaia, this God King Rolthane, the Title Father, are all champions. In their own ford through existence, with the guidance and help of me and mine. It won't be long before everything, Hearth, the Spine, the town of Walden, will all crash together. In the cosmic storm that is my existence. It's just how you wish to spend the rest of yours. Before I go, you were about to say something.
Yes.
What was that?
You should go first, because I don't think you're going to like what I have to say.
Very well. I was just going to warn you that me and mine cannot be trusted.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I don't think I like you very much. I'm feeling really helpless. And I can't tell if you're doing that on purpose or if that's just the state of the nature of what you're telling me.
Comprehension leads many scholars to madness. Be careful. your mind wanders.
A couple of moments go by.
I think I'm like spaced out for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you realize once you come out of being spaced out that
Yeah.
you're alone. Voice is done.
Bath is now cold.
Bath is now cold.
Yeah, okay. I've got this one thing telling me I don't need them. I can just do it on my own. And then I've got this other thing that's like, I can help you. I need a champion. I've already done that. I know what that feels like. I was a champion for somebody I didn't want to even champion for my whole life, pretty much. But the temptation is pretty great. Knowing I could potentially, assuming what he's saying is true about the God King, and the God King is just a man and not technically a champion, although he then did say later that the God King is among champions. So I'm assuming he has aid of some form or another. But if he was just a man, then I don't need any help to take him down. Even if he's not just a man, I might not need any help to take him down. I think this is just everything that's going through my mind right now. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm crazy either. I can't tell if this is just... I think one of my greatest fears was that when you get cut off from the Sworn, they do make you go mad. And so I think I sit here and I'm wondering if this is just what happens. Because this is kind of the horror stories that they tell you when you get cut off from the Sworn. You lose your mind, you know, they hunt you down, all these horrific things. And I think I'm a little overwhelmed kind of when I come out of it, of not knowing, you know, the voice that made me feel good could be lying to me and using those emotions of comfort to trick me. And this one that made me feel scared and hopeless might just be telling the truth, and that truth is scary and terrifying. And I'm lost more than ever now, I think. And so I think I just sit in the tub and cry. But eventually I will get up and get out of the tub and try to go find everybody else. But I think I'm just somewhere else. I think I'm thinking about all this and I'm scared and I'm worried I'm losing my mind and I can't let anybody see what's going on. And so I'm trying to put on a brave face, but also I'm just like, I'm just trembling. I don't know what to do. And everybody's looking at me to make a decision and to do something. And I want to stay here and I want to fight, but I can't tell if that's because I just wish somebody had fought for me or for the Spellkin and I want to do that, or if I'm actually seeing a good opportunity here. I think strategically it is a good time to try to stay and fight, but also they're right in that if we fail, it's a big failure to take.
Yeah.
And I also don't know what's coming from my bond with Ty. Like, I can't tell if my desire to stay and fight is any bloodlust coming from him at all. I just don't know. I just don't know where anything is coming from. I think I'm overwhelmed.
How long do you think the bath has been running cold? I'm asking you, PB, not Varsha.
If nobody has come and knock on the door, I'm gonna say it's probably been like 2 hours.
Yeah, so it's been long enough.
Yeah, it's
for
been like a
probably
long
somebody
time.
to worry.
Like,
okay.
what? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think I don't know how the mind communication works, but I imagine it as kind of something like, you know, sometimes it's 2 seconds and other times it's 2 hours. That actual time passes while you're having this conversation. And
I think that's what does happen. For a variety of reasons, which I can't get into right now. But I think that is what happens when you have these conversations. Time does skip and jump. I will also, there it is. Ty, you are feeling a sense of hopelessness. wherever you may be, just this rush. And then moments go by, and then you realize it's been about 2 or 3 hours since you've heard from Varsha.
I think I've been asleep that whole time.
Okay, yeah, that's super fair.
Like I do the thing where you wake up and
You wake up anxious.
The daytime nap.
Yeah, you
of
wake up
just
anxious,
Like,
yeah.
oh, I don't know where I am.
Yeah,
and
think
I
that's what
feel
happens. I think your anxiety wakes you up.
anxious, some sort of weird dream.
Mm-hmm. I don't think
Like a
Ty
weird
knows that you
voice.
woke up because of this, but I think.
Yeah.
But Brad,
No, yeah.
this is what happened. I think this anxiety and
for
also
sure.
the spell bond has probably kicked you out of your nightmare, your nap time.
I just said I'm always asleep when Varsha has visions.
yeah.
Somehow.
Somehow it
So I
just
think
happened.
it's just like, I have a weird dream.
You look outside.
Can I roll a dice?
Of course, yeah. You can roll as many as you
I
want.
like rolling dice to
There
determine.
you go.
Okay, I think first thing I would like to do, the first thing I'm going to do is roll a hit dice. And that's the exact same amount of HP that was gained by Varsha for her level up.
I was just thinking that.
And I also, can I roll a hit dice to regain HP, or do we not care?
You want to what?
I'm still injured, and
Mhm.
technically I needed a short rest, but
And you're
I
short
don't know
resting.
yeah.
Yeah, you can roll however many you want, right? Is that how that works? You could roll short,
Yeah.
do short rest stuff.
Let's go with that many.
Okay.
That way I'm not too. So, Varsha's room was next door to mine, right?
Yes. For the sake of this, I think so.
I'd probably go and knock on the door.
This is
You're-
after, right? After the whole 2 hour?
Yeah.
Right, because you slept through the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, I will come over and I will answer the door. I think it's strange because I'm dressed, but my hair is still like the top of my hair is dry, but the bottom is still wet. So it's very clear. I don't know if you would be able to tell this, but I feel like if I had just gotten out of the bath, my whole head would be wet. So I've clearly been sitting there for a while. Anyway,
I don't even know if I'm taking any of that in.
I don't
really.
think you care, but just thought I'd give it to you anyway.
Just,
Okay.
as soon as you open the door, I immediately feel better. You all right?
Yeah. I will step to the side with the door open.
You seen the others?
No, not yet. I just got out of the bath.
I do like a weird scan of the room.
What?
Baths are meant to like calm you down, aren't they?
Well, yeah, normally.
Didn't
I'll
calm
close-
you down.
I closed the door. I mean, no, it didn't. I had another thing happen.
What does that mean?
And whatever talked to me, although it was different this time. It wasn't the same thing. I don't think. I mean, I guess it could have been.
Something talked to you.
Yes.
Did he ask you if you want to be the fucking God King?
Something like that.
What'd you say?
No.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? I don't know what this thing is. I don't know what it wants. What if it wants to eat me?
I would want to eat you.
I don't know.
Just eat you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So you think I should?
I don't know. I was just asking, you know. Like, if you could become the God King, like, right now, just switch places and power and all that, would you do it?
That's a complex question. I wouldn't switch places. Yes, it is. Yes. Because there are conditions. You know, I would accept the power in a heartbeat if I knew that I could still be me.
Why would you not be you?
I don't know. What if that's his affliction? The God King is this like lust for power and domination. You know, what if he didn't start out this way? What if he just morphs into whatever he's championing, you know?
You think you would do that?
No, I hope I wouldn't, but if it's a god or something much stronger than me, then maybe, I don't know. I can get really lost sometimes, I think. I think in this second, I realize I am speaking incredibly openly to you, and I feel very uncomfortable.
I like sit on a chair and put my feet up on a table. Just look relaxed. What if someone just like sat you on the throne though? That's what I mean.
Well, if it was just me, then yeah, absolutely. Free all the spellkin. Try to free all the sworn. That's the problem. That's what keeps me up at night right now. Is how do you free people that probably don't even want to be freed, most of them. Most of them think what he's doing is a good thing. And I mean, it's not like he hasn't brought prosperity to cities that agree, I guess. I don't know. It's complicated. It's complex. I don't know if there is a benevolent being, but if there was one and I could ensure that I would stay the same, then yes, I would do it. But I don't know.
You know, when I was little, Kel, your mate Kel, Tenno,
Yeah.
he said to me, what if there ain't no God King? I went, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, what if it ain't like a person? It's just a thing, what a bunch of people made up, you know, just to keep people in line. Big fucking scary geezer in a tower. What do you reckon about that?
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Yes. They're still
I've been fighting
killing
my
our
entire life to
kind.
kill that fucking person.
Oh, yeah, but whether it's a person or whether it's a council of people, it's still the same thing. It's killing our kind. They're expanding. They're just more people to kill, really. You just have multiple God Kings. They're all equally responsible.
You think killing them's enough?
I don't know. No, I don't. To be honest, I do not think that that is enough. But I don't like to think about the step after that. Because I don't like it.
You reckon if we can get in there, cut off his head, well, that just transfers the power to whoever cuts off his head?
God, I hope not.
So how are we gonna, you know, free all the spellkin, make the sworn redundant, no pay?
So there's multiple ways I think this can go. But I think if we go in there and just cut off somebody's head, then it's just going to make a lot of people angry. And the people we're trying to save and protect are just going to be scared, like they've always been. They need to see that we're fighting for them before we cut off his head. Does that make sense? It's like part of the reason why I wanted to stay here and fight.
Yeah, but they already know that we're fighting for them.
Do they? They know a
The
little
Entente?
bit. The Entente, yes, but it's not the same, and we're not the same.
Why not?
I feel like the Entente, their only drive is revenge, for the most part. I mean, sure, I think if they saw us standing up against the God King, they would absolutely take our side. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Your uncle kind of disagreed and went his own way, right? If we suddenly stepped out and we were holding the God King's head in our hands, I think they would support us, maybe. But they might also, try to get into a position of power. What does Lorcan want out of all of this? He wants to kill the God King, and then what? What's his plan after that? Does he even have one?
I don't know. Lorcan said, God King's got everyone under a spell. Killing him, it'll break the spell, After that, everyone will go back to,
That's just metaphorical, Ty.
Is it though? What if it ain't?
I mean, if it isn't great, then our job is done when we cut off his head. But what if it isn't? That's the more important question we need to be asking. You have an entire army of people that have been brainwashed into following this man. And maybe some of them aren't even brainwashed. Maybe some of them actually believe in him and want to follow him. What do you do with them the day after we cut off his head? Oh, are they just going to suddenly take our side? No, they're going to storm the keep and take my head or your head. The uncomfortable thing is, what do we do after that? You have to take out an entire army. You can't just cut off the God King's head. You have to kill everyone. It's horrific. I don't know how I don't know how you liberate. I don't know how you liberate, because all I've ever done is dominate with the Sworn.
Everyone's got a fucking king, right? Or an elder, or a fucking chieftain, something like that. Right?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe.
Every fucking child's got a fucking parent or someone what they look up to, teaches them what to do.
Yeah.
Difference between, one person what grows up good and one person what grows up bad. It's just that influence, ain't it? And the people around them. So what if there was a good God King?
Okay. What if there was a good God King
Well, that's
that
it.
manages to cut off the God King's head?
Sits down. That's what you do the day after.
Okay, and then what? What about the Sworn who have been serving the God King? Are they just going to bow to you? What do you do with them? What do you do with the people of the city who do not want you in that seat?
Right, well, some of them will, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
The
And then what?
Varshas,
Mm-hmm.
they're on your side.
Right?
How many of
But what
them are there?
I don't know. But what about the ones who don't, Ty? Because I'll tell you, a nightmare I have is that you stand there and say, those who support me, and if you don't support me, You're done. And that's the same as the God King. That's literally what happened to me at 16.
Right.
You either bend the knee or you don't. Or you
What would
do.
you rather they
We're
say
gonna make
then?
you bend the D. What do you mean?
Well, if they stand up and they said, you're with me, and if you ain't, what?
I don't know.
That's all right as well.
I mean, in an ideal world, yes. But I don't know if that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works.
Why not?
Because then you have another revolution.
Right. But for how long?
How long will the revolution last?
Yeah.
I don't know.
1 generation, 2, it ain't gonna last this many. Like you said, this is revenge.
Not
Or
for
is
me,
it?
it isn't.
Well, that will be revenge for them. You go in there, you lop off his head. The next day, all the little fuckers who are on his side are going to want vengeance, right? And then what? Their kid's going to want vengeance? Maybe. Their kids? Nah. That's the difference between us and them. This ain't vengeance for us. This is justice. Because he's a piece of shit. We know it. We know what he's up to. We put someone else on that fucking throne. Someone who ain't a piece of shit. Eventually, that trickled down. People will see it. No need for vengeance. Definitely no need for fucking justice. People will be alright. Long after we're in the ground, but people will be alright one day. That's why we don't need to worry about little Ties and little Varshas in Bluefalls. Ain't really fighting for them. It's their little Ties and their little Varshas what we got to worry about. We ain't fighting for tomorrow. It's fucking next week, next month. You know?
What is this?
What?
You just said something I said a few hours ago. I haven't told anyone. Except for Jet.
What, you don't know what the fuck is going on?
No, about little Ties and little Varshas. How did you know that? How did you know that's what I was worried about?
First of all, the fuck you think I've been fighting for all these years?
Well, yes, but...
Second of all, I don't get anxious. Never. I ain't afraid of shit. I don't get anxious. I don't get nervous. I don't wake up in the middle of the fucking night and cold sweat.
Take it
Oh,
inside.
where am I?
Varsha.
Okay. May I have advantage because
Yes.
of our spell bond?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Great.
11.
No.
Still nothing.
Still hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never mind. It's hard to read.
Okay. I think I don't care enough to try
Right.
to really read him in that moment because
It's-
that can't be true. That's
Right.
got to be bullshit.
It was more for us, I think.
Yeah. You don't get anxious at all ever? That's not true. That can't be true. I feel you. I know you're lying.
Am I?
I don't know. Are you saying it's all mine?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Making me feel anxious. You having fucking weird baths making me feel anxious, so, you know, if you're gonna have fucking conversations with eldritch beings, yeah, it's gonna freak you out. Like, warn me, alright?
Oh, yeah. I'll just... How would you like me to do that? I'm not reaching out to them. They're reaching out to me.
Well, bring me along. I'll have a word next time. Tell them we're fucking busy.
Yes, Eldritch being, excuse me. I'm in the middle of a bath. If you could come back later, when Ty's around, that would be great. What?
Why not?
That's not gonna work.
Why not?
I mean, okay.
Already
Sure.
fucking, did whatever the fuck one cunt did.
What?
You already did whatever the fuck one cunt did. So the next time one of them comes along and ruins your bath, tell them to fuck off. You know?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Stand up for yourself. The reason I don't get fucking anxious. I ain't afraid of no one. I ain't afraid of nothing. Beer, innit?
Oh man, you're so lucky I didn't fucking cast Fireball. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in here.
Babe, you reckon he feels fear?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, everyone does.
I don't.
I'm in. Hey.
There he is, Billy Walkabout. Where the fuck have you been?
I've been in my room.
Oh, we sent Jet out looking for you. Been hours.
Yeah, I found him.
Oh, good.
Where is he now? Is he okay?
I'm not sure where he went. I think, he went to go gather up some supplies. Brikita and the rest, they know about everything.
Okay.
I guess I just wanted to know if you'd made a decision yet.
What do you mean? Yes, I said earlier, like, we'll go. I just needed some time. But we can go whenever. We can go now if you want. What did they say?
Well, they said that they're gonna do their best to defend this place.
Yeah, but did it seem like they thought that they could? Did it seem like they maybe wanted us to stay?
I don't really know.
Okay, well, when's the best time for us to leave then? Now?
As soon as we get supplies. Or we can take a rest first. Might be better if we take a rest.
We have time for that?
Well, the last information that Rodarum had was that they were in Wyvern. Probably have enough time.
Okay.
I mean, we're going out for a fucking tunnel anyway. It don't matter, does it?
We don't know what we're gonna run run into in the tunnel.
They said the tunnels are pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
It's probably better that,
I'm guessing not the swarm, though, you know?
Oh, shit. Should have thought of this sooner. It'd be great if we could convince them to come through the tunnels.
Oh.
Do you think the sworn know about the tunnels?
You want to tell the sworn about possibly the only escape route the Bluefalls has got?
Yes. If they come in through the tunnels, then not only are the tunnels dangerous, but we have the opportunity to crush them in the tunnel.
Yeah,
Before
or
they
they'll just
even
come
reach
in through the
Bluefalls.
tunnel and everywhere else. They got griffins and shit. They can fly. They're going to fly up over the walls. They're going to run up through the paths. They're going to fucking scale them. They're going to come through the fucking tunnel. Fuck me, they probably ain't got a few people who can swim. Going to appear out of that fucking dodgy water.
Okay.
I don't think telling them about the tunnel's a good idea. Then again, I have fucking no idea what you lot do en masse.
Ego is probably the weakest point, I guess, the best tool we have. You know, sworn are cocky enough to march through the tunnels and not take any other route because we're the sworn. And we'll come in the dead of night.
What I think they're going to do is send in an advance team, take out whatever strategic targets they can, and then they will throw bodies at the problem. If they can cause a distraction, send more teams in, that's probably the best way that they would attack. If they know about the tunnels, the best way for them to handle them would just be to sabotage them and bring them down. Committing their whole force to go through the tunnels is, well, unlikely. It might be a last resort. But they have a much better position if they just destroy the tunnels. That's a smart thing to do. Destroy the tunnels and starve the people here. Just blockade.
It works in our favour. Be honest. What time? You don't want the people here turning into sworn. I've seen them, they're all armed. They're from the wilderness, from the road. They're more like us than they are the people of Evervale. Does mean they might put up a better fight, though.
Okay, Smith, when do we leave?
Rest up. We'll leave in the morning.
Wasn't that cutting it close?
Something's
Great,
muted.
and I'm muted. All right, we're good now. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. We are doing a little bit of a shorter episode this week because migraines and heat and stuff is just a lot. So we're just gonna go ahead and do a small one this week. That was really great, though. Really amazing scenes. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of it, and so much like creative freedom between a lot of the like the just me starting here with Whack and the Sworn and such. Thank you so much for just taking the Sworn and also Varsha and everybody and giving them everything that I want to portray without me having to say it. It's like you all know and are all on the same page when it comes to the Sworn and how they work and everything. It's just super cool. So thank you for just being great active listeners and being awesome. We're going to go around and shout each other out and talk about ourselves and stuff. We're going to start today with Meyer.
Hello.
Meyer's muted. There he is.
No, I'm not. What do you mean? Hello, my name is Meyer. I played Jet today. Today was a lot of fun. A lot of like character introspection and understanding and all that, and getting to know everybody's like motives and stuff a bit more going into this thing. And obviously now we're kind of primed for next week where, you know, it's go time. Whatever happens, happens. You know, like, do the Sworn show up when we're sleeping? You know, do they find us in the caves? You know, are they in the caves? Are they going to be finding us on the outside? It's a tense one going forward, that's for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed it today. It was a lot of fun, especially the character interactions and getting to, like, you know, talk and you know, get to know each other a bit more as our characters in this. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. You can find me at twitch.tv/Meyer. God, no, you can tell it's too warm. It's too warm. I failed. You can find me at twitch.tv/Brad Woto.
Place your testicles in the ice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Icicles. Sorry.
Icicles, yes. You can find me at twitch.tv/Brad Woto, where I'm playing Sekiro. It's as fun as, you know, getting beaten to death by a giant ape.
3 days in a row.
Speaking of giant ape, Brad.
Hi, it's me. I am a giant ape. I enjoyed many things about this episode, but I think the thing that I enjoyed the most was the first time in how many episodes is it that we
Jet,
actually
right?
37? We actually finally someone cracked Jet's
Dude, it's so good.
9
It
years,
was so good.
and also the reflection of Wax showed up and was like, "I have a migraine and I'm going to die," and we were like, "You know what? You're about to do one of the most impressive things that's happened so far by like." Looking at Jet and going, so like the 9 use thing, is that triggering you out right now? And then just seeing,
and then that awkward question of like,
Smith just
would
doesn't
you
understand.
have
He
wanted
doesn't know.
someone to stay and help you fight? Yeah, no shit, motherfucker. Like
the subtext of like,
Yeah.
would you want someone to stay or not? Like I've
Please answer this
Like,
for me.
Well,
Yeah.
he's like basically it's so cool because he's like asking for a weird form of absolution in the fact that I'm leaving these people behind and I need you as a former victim of me to
Validate
say
this.
that it's okay for me
Yeah.
to leave these people behind.
It's also
Like,
fun
fuck, dude.
because you have the thing of like Jet and Varsha having the same kind of motivation to want to stay, but Jet actually is pro leave.
yeah.
You know, like
I'm a leaver.
He's still able to use his personal trauma.
Yeah, but is
to
that
influence
because his experience with the Sworn has taught him to be helpless, that there is
yeah,
no hope,
or like
and
fear,
so
like
we
just
have to
run.
leave.
We
Yeah,
should
his
run.
Varsha
I wish I
he
had.
actually
I wish
wants
that
to
me and
leave.
mine had run
Yeah.
before.
yeah, that's
And his
probably where
Varsha's
it stems
experience
from.
with the Sworn, like, we have to fight.
Yes,
As much
yeah.
as
You can't run.
Like-
You can never escape them.
I'm just
They're
gonna
get you.
go in there and blow all my spell slots. Like that's
Yeah,
just
right.
Varsha from day one, right? Like I'm gonna go. Just
was,
point me in the direction, and I will go, and I will attack.
Yep, I'll be
It
one
was
of the
really
bodies.
fun to see
the Sworn throw.
Smith explore that, because I kind of expected it to be a thing that was cracked by maybe Varsha in the future,
Yeah.
or like a more
That's awesome.
empathetic NPC that we had come across somewhere along the line. I know I've poked at it a couple times with Ty, but Ty doesn't give a fuck. He kind of doesn't give a shit about anyone's motivations because he's just bigger picture.
Super fair.
And I don't know if he really wants to know, even, you know, with Jet too much, because he's still... The thing with Ty at the moment as well, like when Jet was first introduced, it was like, oh, green, you know, just new recruit, you know, just new soldier, you know, because throw him into the meat grinder.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a holdover that I think I have with Ty and Jet a little bit, where he's like, okay, let's put him to work. But then also I revealed that Ty also kind of sees Jet as a possible Varsha 2.
I think it's really interesting too, because there was that whole speech about, you know, we're not doing this. We're doing this for justice, not vengeance. And a little part of me was like, I don't think we know if that's the case with Jet. Like, I feel like there's a little part of Jet underneath there that's like, kill them all. Like, I just want revenge-ish.
There's like
probably
vengeance.
mostly justice, but I do feel like there's something boiling.
There's
under that
vengeance
surface
in
there.
justice, or there's just like a dish of cold hard vengeance, though, which I think was the point that I was trying to make with Ty.
Yeah, it's weird because you've got revenge, you've got vengeance, and you've got justice, and they're all separate.
They can be separate, you know. Yeah.
We did bomb a giant water wheel, not for nothing. I mean, how are they drinking over there right now? Like, they good?
We haven't checked in, and we haven't seen them. Also, my
I still
question,
stand by it.
yeah, silly little meta question: has Jet ever made a bomb before, or did he just sign up for it because there was a job for in the end time?
Maya, have you played Final Fantasy VII before?
No, I want to though.
Okay. That's the same
it's
question.
it's time for you to play Final Fantasy VII Remake, because it's like apt.
Yeah, kind of.
Anyway, my
Avalanche.
name's Brad. You can watch me streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake on twitch.tv/Maya starting tomorrow. Please tune in at... What time do I start streaming, Maya?
Shortly after you, like
It's somewhere
3
like
p.m.
around 3 p.m. UK. So that is 3 p.m. UK, which is 10 Eastern.
yeah, an hour after you.
And that's Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is starting tomorrow. Definitely, 100%. That is Thursday.
/Meyer.
I have... I believe, Maya, you have potential internet outage issues tomorrow. So it would be a really great day to start that game so I could watch it on my phone. I'm just controlling. It's so hard to. I'm too hot in this room. Anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. We're going off on one, but there was one of the things that I really enjoyed was finally cracking the egg of like. I think it's funny because you have these like hardened characters. Like Varsha is also a hardened character, even though I think she's quite open now. Ty is pretty obvious where he's come from. Smith, we don't know the specifics, but we see we have internal struggle monologues on Smith that we get more of an insight on him. But Jet, I still have fucking no idea what happened in 9 News. Like, I mean, we get something happen. I don't know if we even need specifics, obviously, but in terms of that kind of those specifics, and also what happens when you poke Jet on them. We actually saw Jet get a little heated almost as well. Like he will. It's one of the only times I've ever seen him bite. Like Jet has bitten a couple times over this.
Yeah, Smith.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I believe it happened once a while ago.
Like,
Respectfully.
Jet was like, respectfully, fuck you.
Yeah.
Step off.
It's fucking awesome.
off.
Like, so
It
it's
was so good.
It's really good RP, I think,
ask Marsha.
to witness, because
Yeah.
I swear there was a point. I don't know if it was when we were in the forest, like way the back when. Where I think there was a point where one of us was pushing Jet a little bit about it.
I think
as
I
well,
did, and he was
he
kind
bit
of
a little then. Yeah, I remember
kind
that.
of bit
It's
with
just,
Varsha.
it's cool, man. That's
beginning.
good RP, baby.
love
Holding
it.
on to that stuff because it's hard. It's just like
Yeah.
these characters. It's only been a few weeks for them, but for us, it's been 36, 37 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and and more because of the weeks off and stuff every now and then. So it's like hard to sometimes make sure that you're always in the same mind frame and having those same responses and make
The
it
3
consistent.
hours, 3 hours a week.
Yeah,
3
you
hours,
Just get yourself
yeah.
in there. It's pretty easy for me to do because I know that
Get
what
into that
the
mindset.
tie is just me resistance mode.
Yeah, just full resistance mode. Just turn up
But to
11.
remember to have those little like, oh, this is one of the things that causes me to like nip and bite or whatever. Like with Ty, it's fire. Like with fire, it is the one time he does have
You're
that
not
fear,
afraid of anything.
which I'm surprised Varsha
Yeah.
didn't mention.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And that's Brad, everybody.
I should not.
Oh yeah, and that's
Why she did
also
not
me.
say anything.
Why?
So it's just cool, man. I really enjoyed that personally. That was my highlight for the episode, as much as I enjoyed quite a lot of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a
very good.
sick ass episode. Whack.
Hi, everybody. I'm Wax Steven, and I've been dealing with a migraine today, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. And I run Rime of the Frost Maiden on Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. That is almost wrapped up. We have a very big fight on Friday. Big Bad Evil Guy is on Friday, so make sure you tune in for that. Also premiering a new show on Monday called 100 Club, and it is very much a Cowboy Bebop vibe. So if you are into that kind of show, it should be a lot of fun. And I've been working on it for a long time. I've been really looking forward to it, and it's going to be really good. So make sure you come check that out. It's 4 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hell yeah, you killed it today, Whack. Smith was awesome. You did some really, really awesome things with him, and just thank you for bringing 110%, even though you probably feel like 60. So thank you so much for your contributions.
I'd
and
say
your
that about
storytelling.
him. He's like 57, 58.
Pretty close.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Well, you.
I'm 60. Man. Don't just
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah.
don't just say he feels like 60 on the
And PB.
Hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Pumpkinberry. I'm also here on Tuesdays GMing Kingmakers. Right now I'm playing a really adorable game about cat and robots and the human condition, and I will be playing it again tomorrow, and it's great, and I love it, and I loved today's episode. It was awesome. My favorite part was also the Jet reveal, the kind of respectfully fuck off. I did enjoy the Ty and Varsha conversation, but that was really fucking cool shit with Jet. And Whack, I did want to point out that
and Varsha was more like part 2 of what they had last week.
Yeah.
Whereas the Jet thing was like...
Yeah, like out of nowhere. And I just want to point out that like sometimes when you are, when you're playing your character, you're doing exactly what your character should be doing at all times. But as when you've got 3 GMs here at the fucking table, every once in a while.
Wait, Final Fantasy. I'm sorry.
Yay!
PB's going to pay for half of it because it's expensive.
Yes, I am. When you've got GMs at the table, every once in a while, the GM is like, oh, this suits my character, but also this is a good opportunity for me to highlight another character. And that is what Whack did today. And it was so fucking awesome because he took that moment to be like, hey, Jet, if this were a TV show, this is a moment where we would learn more about Jet and we would see him kind of freaking out, maybe potentially, or whatever, about the parallels between, what's happening here or what's about to happen here, which is almost worse. And then what happened in his past. So anyway, I'm rambling because it was so cool and it was awesome and I liked it. And yep. That's it.
Yep.
Everybody
Yep.
follow
Yep.
Pumpkinberry. Twitch.tv/Pumpkinberry. Thank you. It was a really great episode. And once again, thank you everybody for contributing and all that stuff. I think my favorite part today was when Varsha said, am I going crazy after that conversation? Because that's literally what I wanted these things to do. Like in the lore, as people do that, they go crazy. So it was really cool. I was like, oh yes, I'm doing something. So that was cool. But yeah, thank you everybody for all of that. What, you can remember when?
No, no, I was gonna say it's difficult to get into that headspace every once in a while because like that's probably the hardest thing for me with Varsha is that I play her like emotionally open in the present moment, but you don't get to know most of her internal dialogue. I keep that pretty quiet. So she is closed off, but also open. And then also like, how do I throw in the communication with these gods that, PB knows? We're playing a D&D game, so they're probably legit. But, for her, she doesn't know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she might be going crazy. Anyway, sorry, please continue.
No, I love talking about it. Anyway, thank you. You can follow me, twitch.tv/Mythomatic, where I stream stuff. I've been doing a lot of Star Citizen lately. I'm also probably going to be sneaking out into the garage at some point when it cools down. It's so hot. I tried today, but it was too much. You could also follow patreon.com/tablestory.
For blacksmithing, by the way. He's talking about going into the garage for blacksmithing. If you want to watch him do blacksmithing.
How is that going to cool
So
you down?
awesome.
That's the opposite.
It's not going to cool me down. I would have to wait for it to be cooler. Anyway, you can follow Table Story at patreon.com/Table Story. You could also do patreon.com/Spellwind if you want to help me and support me in trying to figure out how to ever jot my thoughts of this world down into somewhere that could be potentially a thing that could help you all in your games and such. I'm awful at actually doing anything on Patreon, but thank you so much for all of the support over there. I'm going to try to do some more soon. You are all awesome. Thanks for watching Spellwind. I really love this show. I love playing with all of you. It's a highlight of my week, and just you all kill it every fucking week. So thank you for that. That's it.
Thank you for
That's all I got.
creating everything else. Like, we show up with 3 characters. Like, hey, we show up with 3 characters in Varsha. You know? And you're like, oh, we got this whole world and stuff and things going on. And everyone
All right,
don't follow Myth.
Okay, all right. Well,
Go and follow Mythomatic and watch some stuff. And don't forget to follow Maya tomorrow. He's playing Final Fantasy VII Remake at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. That's 10 a.m. Eastern.
right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Be well. See you for Rhyme. Right? Yeah, we don't have a game until we don't have a show until then.
Brad
Rhyme
did
on
so
Sunday.
much by doing this. You don't understand. He just canceled his stream for tomorrow. Just forced Meyer to play a game.
Oh man.
This is a
So he
this
doesn't
is
have
a
to
true
sit in
master.
his office in the
Yeah.
heat.
He does not
Very
want to
well
fucking
done.
sit in the heat, and he doesn't want to fight the fucking
It's
boss.
called emotional blackmail with the backup of I paid for this game, so you have to do it now. And also, I promised
fucking
everyone
brutal.
online that you would do it. It's exactly what Wade did to me. Check out the new Star Wars show coming up in the coming months. It's what we do on Table Story now.
Right.
Quick, Myth, end the